Today we're talking about cleaning the vent on your dryer. I've heard that this is one of the top causes of house fires. You get all this little lint that makes it past the filter in your dryer, which you should be cleaning on a regular basis. We aspire to clean this every single time that we dry a load so that there's not built up lint in there. But apparently some lint gets past here. I shouldn't say apparently, that makes it sound like I don't know if it does. It does get past there because I've cleaned the vent on the back of my dryer, like I'm about to show you, a ton of times, and there's always stuff in there. We do a pretty good job of cleaning this out of the basket there every time we do a load, and so we don't get too much buildup in the trap, or in the vent, I should say, on the back. But there still is stuff in there every time. So I'm going to show you how to clean it, and it takes about maybe 15 minutes. The first thing that you need is your tools, and the only tool that you need for this is your vacuum and maybe a sharp tip attachment for the vacuum so that you can reach inside the vent tube on the back. So I like to do this about every 6 months. I could probably go longer than that because I don't get that much buildup in my vent tube. But because it's such a danger for house fires, I still generally check it at 6 months and see how much stuff is in there. So you can see I've already pushed my dryer out and unplugged it. And so then you likely have well, one thing I'll say is I also like to just clean the floor under here while I'm back here, but I like to do it last because you're probably going to spill some stuff while you're cleaning out the vent. So you just need to open up the vent and take your vacuum. I'm not going to talk while I'm vacuuming, so you just take your vacuum and vacuum around in here and vacuum around inside the tube, and then we're going to take off the other side that's connected to the dryer and do the exact same thing. You can see there, so I'm shaking this out because obviously I can't vacuum through the whole thing. You can see there the junk that was in there, and this was cleaned 6 months ago. So apparently that can catch on fire and start a house fire. So we're just gonna get rid of it. First, I'm gonna vacuum inside the connection to the dryer over here. All right, so this is the most difficult part of the whole thing, is trying to get this back on here. I've got these kind of clamps. So the easiest way, I think, is to put the clamp on to the connection down there, all the way to the back, so it's not in your way, because when it's on here, it makes it more difficult to get this on. So put the clamp on all the way to the back, and then put the aluminum on there, and then just work the clamp over the aluminum. There we go. And then we'll do that on the other side as well. Put the clamp up on here, there we go. And we just push the dryer back in. We'll plug it in, push the dryer back in, try not to pinch that vent tube, and we're all done. All right, so I like to get some kind of a stick. This is just a piece of my vacuum so that I can, as I'm pushing this back in, I can move the vent tube out of the way because we don't want to unnecessarily pinch it too much. And we're done. Most of the stuff I do on the channel is for two reasons: helping to keep your stuff from breaking down and help to make it last longer. This maintenance job on the dryer vent doesn't really do either of those two things, except if your dryer catches on fire, then both of those are a problem. It's not going to last any longer, and you're going to have to get a whole new dryer, maybe a whole new house. So make sure to do this. If this video was helpful to you, hit the like button. Even more importantly, hit subscribe. That way you'll always be able to come back here easily and find new stuff on how to do home maintenance on your house.